What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Toyota Fanatics. Sorry if it sounds like I'm tired in my voice, but I just got up and we got a lot of stuff going on today. I don't think I got enough sleep last night, but let's talk about this thing right here for a minute and where we're at with it, what the immediate plans are, how the first few days of ownership have been. So right off the bat, the first night we brought it home, I ran into a little problem right here. It is broken on the outside and the inside. That's correct. This door is broken shut right now. I believe it's the lock cylinder right here. I have another one coming in the mail in a couple days. I have a new door handle coming. I have been hesitant to get in there and really handle this situation because if I don't have the new parts, it's like it's just going to sit here missing the door handle or the lock mechanism, but it is broken shut right now. And I figured the easiest solution would be to just take the cover off right there and go ahead and grab one of those rods with some needle nose, open the door, but nothing is working. I managed to actually, you can pull this up and pry back the top corner of the door panel right there, and no matter what I pull, push, yank on all the rods, absolutely nothing is working. I think the lock cylinder broke. I don't know exactly, but like I said, I don't really want to jump in if I don't have the parts to fix it. But a door that has broken inside and outside door handles is a pain in the butt. I actually drove this thing around the next day and I had to climb in and out of the passenger door every time, and that was kind of annoying. So the truck is testing me, there's no doubt about that. We got our first little thing going on right there. And then the second issue we have are the tires. As you can see, there is a tiny bit of a bulge right there on the bottom, and I think how could they not be losing air? Like I said, these things are 17 years old. The valve stems are absolutely rotten. The other day I went to throw some air in here, and as soon as I pulled it out, the little needle in there was off to the side and was just leaking. So I fixed it with my fingernail, but I mean, this stuff is just so ancient. I don't even want to drive on it. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys before, but trying to find a 35 12.5 in a 15 has proven to be very difficult. I do have some tires coming in a couple days. They are general grabbers. Let me know, you guys, in the comments what you guys think of general grabbers. It was the only thing I could get a hold of. Every single other tire in a 15 for a 35 was completely sold out. You know, I think that a 36 would be a better fit in this wheel well, and maybe even a 37. And we'll end up doing that at some point. So I think I'm just gonna get some replacement 35s right now, so it's just not dangerous to drive on these things. And then these will be sort of like a wheel and tire set that I put off to the side if I want to go for a certain look. But I do think at some point we'll get a whole nother wheel and tire set for this thing. But that has been something. I mean, just look at this, you guys. I put air in this tire and the front tire there the other day because they were looking a little low, and I was so hesitant. I was waiting for this thing just to blow up. I was trying to do that thing where you lean in and kind of and then like jump backwards before the tire blows your face off. But I got some air in these things. Like I said, I drove it around. I even drove this thing to work for a day. And once I got home, I realized, you know what? I need to just slow down, get new tires, and deal with some other things. And one of those other things that we need to deal with is getting it registered. Now, I already went to the DMV, paid for the registration, did all the registration. I actually have my new registration, but this thing needs a smog. And that leads us to another point. I found a piece of paper in the glove box from the last time it was smogged, and it was like over 3 years ago. And interestingly enough, the truck only had like 300 or 400 miles on it, less than it has right now. So this thing was sitting for the last few years. I don't know why, I don't know where, but the price that I got this thing at definitely reflects the fact that it was sitting the last 4 years. I got an incredible deal in this truck. Because the tires are shot, because the registration was a little out of date. Needs a smog, just needs some TLC, and the guy I got it from, I don't think he wanted to deal with any of that stuff. He looks like he had more money and better stuff to do with his time, so I got it for a steal. But I got to get this thing smogged. I have a buddy that runs a smog shop. I went down there the other day, and no, he's not gonna like hook me up with a fake smog or anything. But we hooked it up to a scan tool, and it said that the evap system and a couple other things were not ready, so I just need to drive it around for a few days. And then it dawned on me right then that you know, I haven't really even, and I'm embarrassed to even mention this to you guys, but I haven't really even checked the oil or any of the fluids. I mean, I think vaguely before I drove it home from over in Fremont, I just really quick checked to make sure there was oil in it. But I noticed that it could probably use power steering fluid. I think it could use every single fluid. I'm going to change out every fluid, but I bought everything to do an oil change last night. And so we're going to do an oil change, not today, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, this thing is it's out on registration. But I was very lucky when I went to the DMV. There was no back fees on the vehicle, and I was able to get that handled super quick. This plexiglass back window is a little annoying. I definitely have to fix that at some point. I think the reason why it has the plexiglass back window is you can see that I think it was like dirt bikes got tied down back here. So I'm gonna have to take this thing out, and then I think I'll just put a 2x4 at the bottom of the window frame and bang it out with a sledgehammer or something, and then we should be able to get, I'm just gonna put a solid back window in it. You can get a solid glass back window plus the framing plus the rubber gasket, everything for like 180 bucks on eBay. So we'll be doing that. So immediate things are tires, get the driver door to open again, get the oil change done, get this thing smogged, get the new registration sticker, and then we're looking good. But one thing I do want to do is fire this thing up right now. The next day after I bought it, I went to fire it up and it wouldn't start, which is a huge problem because every time that battery goes dead, it needs to be driven more and more until it clears all the codes or runs its cycles or whatever, so it can smog. So went and got a brand new battery for it, and I didn't drive it yesterday, so we're gonna fire it up right now. And if this thing comes to life, then we're all good with the battery situation, which is one thing handled. I took the passenger door panel off the other day just to see how everything worked in here to give me a better idea of how it works over there. And then when I went to roll the window down, the handle fell off in my hand because I didn't install it correctly, because you know my old panels were hard plastic right here, which I prefer, and it was a lot easier to get in that little retainer clip for this thing. But anyways, I love the truck more than when I bought it the other day. I did a really quick wash on it the other night and did things like, you know, cleaned off the gauge cluster, which I don't think it had ever been cleaned correctly. Just took a quick towel to the inside. I noticed there's another one of those Sony Explode subs over there. One thing I don't like is how these subs are keeping me from being able to use these compartments. This amp's disgusting. So one thing I need to do is I'm gonna rip out this whole stereo. I want to get back my compartments. I'm gonna get rid of these subs, get rid of this nasty amp, get rid of that nasty deck, and I think I'm just gonna put a simple deck in here, and we'll just run a component set for right now. No subwoofers or anything, but all this stereo has got to go. But anyways, yeah, the old battery that I pulled out, I thought it looked like it had some life left in it. It was from 2014, so I'm not surprised that thing's dead. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up right now. We'll let it run for a minute, and then I got all kinds of other stuff to do today. But anyways, I'm gonna get that oil change done, and then we're gonna get new tires in the next couple days and get it registered, and then I can just start jumping in. There is so many things I wanna do. I need to adjust the clutch a little bit, I believe. Man, you guys know I want to put new headlight housings, change out all the bulbs. I mean, these things are like, you can't even see at night. But you know what? This thing is so cool, man. Four-wheel drive works. This thing just rips. I just can't say enough good things about this vehicle right here. All right, you guys, but for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and fire this thing up. It's been sitting for 2 days, so if this thing roars to life, that's symbolic of some good health right there, because I've never let it sit for a couple days since I've had it and then tried to fire it up. But anyways, you guys, stay tuned for endless modifications, maintenance. This thing is gonna keep me busy for a while. I have so many things I wanna do. I was gonna say I can't wait till it's finished. I don't know if it'll ever be finished, but we're gonna jump in with a bunch of stuff very soon. But for right now, let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see what happens. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up, see if it fires up. Now, it has all this old stereo stuff in it, and the day after we brought it home and it didn't start the next day, I was thinking there was some sort of like mystery drain going on from something in here, but I think it was just the battery's a piece of crap. But like I said, it's been sitting for a day or two, and if it fires up, we're good. Oh yeah. All right, so I got to show you guys something that just is going to blow your mind. So this is a smog check from 2/14/18. I found this in the glove box of this vehicle right here. So 2/14/18. Hey, that's Valentine's Day. So over 3 years ago, this thing had 203,590. I think I said that weird. 203,590. And as it's sitting today, we got 204,603, and I've already put 80 miles on it. So this thing was driven less than 1,000 miles in the last 3 years. That is very unusual. I wonder what the story is behind this truck.